Hi and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. In this video, I'll be walking you through how I do my at-home but salon quality blowout. My hair is 100% natural. I don't have any relaxers or chemicals to help straighten or keep my hair in a certain state. This is the natural texture of my hair without any chemical processing. The only thing I do have is it is color treated. My ends are burgundy, but my roots are definitely natural now that my hair is growing out a little bit. Lately, I've been feeling the blowout look more than silk press. Don't get me wrong, I love me a silk press. I love the sleek look of it and everything, but every now and then I want to switch it up. I want a little bit more volume, more curls, more bounce, and I feel like a blowout gives me just that while making sure my hair is as smooth as I want it to be. The other thing that I love about blowouts is that it only requires one tool. I just need my blow dryer and a brush, and I don't have to use a flat iron. It's minimal heat damage. It's not as high heat as a flat iron would be, so it's definitely less heat on your hair, which is amazing. And I don't need as many products to make my hair sleek. I really just need my leave-in conditioners, a little bit of serum, and then after that I'm ready to go. I don't have to do anything else after I finish blow drying my hair. Before I get started, I like to gather all of my products just to make sure that I have everything that I need, it's within reach, and I don't have to be searching through my random drawers and closets for everything that I will need to do this look. So I just get all my products together and then get started. Depending on the current state of your hair, you may want to detangle your hair. I'm starting off with an old blowout, so my hair is pretty much detangled for the most part, but I'm still gonna comb through it just to make sure that I'm getting out any of that shed hair, any knots that might be in there, just to make sure that once I go in to shampoo and condition, it's 10 times easier and my products can glide through my hair easily. So now that my hair is washed, I'm going to start with detangling and sectioning my hair. This is just to make the rest of the process easier. I found that once I section my hair, it makes me go through the blowout process so much faster because I just grab each section and go, versus having to go in and part and make sure that I'm doing the right size, the right amount, and I can plan ahead. I apply all of my products before doing a final detangle and sectioning my hair. This way I can make sure that all the product is evenly distributed throughout my hair and that I'm not overusing products, because one thing I found is that if you overuse products, that's what makes your hair stiff, hard, crunchy, all the things that you don't want with a blowout. You want your hair to be very flowy and soft, but overusing products can definitely counteract that. So I would definitely say use the intended amount, make sure you're really combing it through from root to tip for your hair, that way it's evenly distributed, and also use products that are specifically for blow drying or for manipulating your hair in some way. So my leave-in conditioners, they're also heat protectants. They're also, you know, spray based, which means that they're not going to be like sticky or hard. And that's something that I also like test out before I use any of these products. It's like, what is the consistency and how is that going to change or react to the heat once it is applied. One thing that's super important throughout the entire blowout process is making sure you have a spray bottle with water close by. The one thing you don't want to do is blow dry semi-dry hair, because at that point, if your hair is already drying in its somewhat natural state, it's going to be more prone to frizz. So the best thing that you can do is have that spray bottle, so that way as you're grabbing each section, you're spraying it down, getting it to be more on the damp side, so that way there's like a lot of moisture, a lot of water in there. So as you're blow drying, it's starting from like a fresh state versus the frizzy or natural state that it was air drying into. It also makes things so much easier. You don't have to worry about the brush kind of like pulling through your natural state. That's how you cause breakage. So wet your hair first, and it's okay that you're re-wetting your hair after the product's applied. You're not going to lose that product. Massage the water in, then brush through it with the Detangling brush, and then you're good to go to start the blowout. So as you can notice, as I'm blow drying through my hair, I'm doing something very like specific. I'm not just trying to run the blow dryer and the brush through each section like repeatedly. I'm holding a lot of tension as I go through section by section of the piece that I'm working on, so that way it's stretching my hair as it's drying. That's how you reduce the amount of times you have to pass the brush and blow dryer over your hair, or like feeling like you have to put the blow dryer right on top of your brush. Don't do that. Just hold at the root first, blow dry that part so that it can get as dry and straight as possible, and then move down slowly. The more tension you have, the less you'll have to pass through, but you're just holding the blow dryer over it to dry it with that tension, and then you'll be able to like use your brush to smooth it through after the fact. I do my ends absolutely last, but at that point my ends are still wet but the top is dry, so I'm just moving it down in sections. As you're building tension in your brush, just make sure that as you're rolling, that you're not rolling to the point where your brush can't move. The one thing you don't want to do is rip your hair out, so just be mindful that if you feel like your brush is getting stuck, stop, brush through it without the blow dryer just to make sure the brush can get through it seamlessly, and then try the rolling process again, or just make sure you're not rolling it too tight. You don't want to rip your hair, you don't want to cause any breakage, so just be like, have that tension but still be gentle. So after I blow dried my entire hair and everything, all the sections are done, everything's good to go. One thing that I'll do if I am blow drying my hair before I have to go somewhere, I'll put Velcro rollers in my hair in each section that I just blow dried, so that way you can maintain the curl and keep everything kind of intact. That way my hair can cool, dry, and set in the roller. That way as I take it out, the curls are still there. Now if you're not going anywhere, or you're doing this like right before bed, let's say, you can skip this step and then maybe do like a heatless curl, or throw your hair in a bun and you know, that'll be fine. Or if you wrap your hair, that's something that you do. You can wrap your hair as well. I personally don't wrap my hair anymore, it's too much work. But towards the end, I'll show exactly what I do to maintain my hair, so that way I don't have to do any touch-ups or anything, and my hair will last about 1 to 2 weeks. Velcro rollers do take some getting used to. It's not just, you know, putting it in. It's really easy, but especially for people with more textured hair, as you're pulling them out, it's very easy to rip your hair out. So I would recommend like doing it slowly, but as you're taking it out, you're twirling the Velcro roller. That way you're not just pulling out the curl that you just set in. So you're just twirling it around as you're pulling it slowly, and as you're doing that, it's helping the curl to like form and stay in place. Please, please, please do not just pull. All right, now that everything's done, blowout's done, we took out our Velcro rollers that we had Velcro rollers in, and you know, we're ready to just go out and about our day with our new blowout. I'll add a little bit of hair shine serum to my hair just to like give it a little bit of moisture and make it a little bit more shiny and glossy, but it's not, I'll make sure that it's a serum that's not going to weigh my hair down. It's very lightweight, very non-greasy formula, but it still gives me the shine and moisture that I'm looking for. So number one is your blowout should not look dry. This serum should be adding and enhancing the sheen that you already have, but it's just giving it a more glossy look, so like it just looks more polished and finished. With the serum, a little definitely goes a long way, and I would say just focus it more towards your ends, because of course we all know that the ends are the oldest part of our hair, so they need the most love and care. So definitely just focus it there, and then whatever's remaining, you can put it throughout the middle parts of your hair and then the roots. We have our blowout, we're loving it. These are the things that I'll do to make my blowout last, whether I'm working out, going through my day-to-day, or whatever I need. I'll have my blowout last me for at least a week, but max 2 weeks. I will wash my hair at least every 2 weeks, or at most every 2 weeks. So the first thing that I'll do every night, I don't, like I said, wrap my hair in like the circular wrap around my head. I just found that, at least with the blowout, it kind of brushes out the curls, and I don't really like that. And two, I go through so many pins to like keep my hair up that it just becomes way too exhausting. So what I'll do is I'll wrap my hair in a loose bun at the top of my head. I don't put a scrunchie or anything at the base of the ponytail that I'm making. I'll just wrap the hair around itself and then wrap that into a bun and then put a giant satin scrunchie over that. Then I'll just put a scarf on, put my bonnet on, and go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, because my hair was wrapped into itself in like a giant curl, the curls are still intact. So like once I take my hair down, my curls are still there. Another thing, if you want more defined curls but not too curly, like more like body waves, I would do a heatless curl using that giant it's a giant flexi rod basically. Take that flexi rod, wrap your hair around that on each side, go to sleep. It's really easy to sleep in because it just sits on the sides of your head and it's open in the back. And when you wake up, you pull it out and you'll have these nice beachy wave type curls. And then if you want a little bit of a tighter curl, I would also do flexi rods. So I will not add any foam or anything like that. I'll just wrap, you know, different sections of my hair. I'll kind of part it out and plan it out the way that I want my hair to be. And then in the next day, once I take the flexi rods out, I'll have those curls and kind of just like rake through them so that way they still have some bounce, but there's curls throughout my hair. And then of course, because I work out, sweat and all that is inevitable. And also just if you have a more oily scalp, this is gonna be a good tip for you as well, but dry shampoo. Yes, we can use dry shampoo. That is the #1 thing that I keep in my hair supply at all times, because it has been a savior not only to my hair, but also to my scalp. Just giving it like a little bit of a refresh every so often has been working wonders. So I use dry shampoo. I just flip my hair over, kind of spray it towards the roots, flip my hair back, spray around the roots as well, and then just like rub it in and massage it in. You don't need too much. You don't have to hold it too close to your hair. You can hold it far away. I have no white residue with the ones that I use, and I have no scalp issues with the one that I use. I have a really sensitive scalp. I also have really dry, well, I get like flaky scalp. It's a combination of dry and oily scalp, but with the dry shampoo that I use, I don't have any irritation and it doesn't make my scalp issues worse. I've actually kept my scalp issues pretty under control with my entire hair routine. So yeah, that's how I maintain my blowout, especially for all the work that you put in. You don't want it to go to waste too quickly. Of course, if you're taking a shower, use a shower cap. I think that's a given. Thanks for spending time with me as I do my at-home but salon quality blowout on my natural hair. This is definitely a routine that I've picked up recently and I've been perfecting it over time. I'm sure there's still room for improvement, so if you have any other tips or tricks that you want to share, definitely comment below. All the products that I use will be linked in the description box, so definitely check those out if there's anything that you're interested in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!